Guys, it's finally that time of the year. The NBA Finals are here.
There might not be a ton of games left in the season, but it's still time left to get in on all the action with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
If you're new at DraftKings, check this out. Bet just $5 and you can get $150 in bonus bets instantly.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code SMOKE.
That's right, new customers. DraftKings has you hooked up. Bet $5 and win $150 in bonus bets instantly.
From tip-off to the final seconds, DraftKings has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, and odds boost, and so much more.
So what are you waiting for? Go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code SMOKE, bet $5 and win $150 instantly in bonus bets. That's promo code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Jack, we had a great trip to Colorado.
You dig?
Got to meet up with some of our favorite people. Our guy, Jake Plummer, has this Umbo drink. I drink them daily.
Yep.
This is all natural energy and then recovery. Tastes good. It's good for you.
Feel good. Helps
Yeah.
you focus.
Umbo makes mushroom products for athletes looking to enhance their performance.
And recovery. Turkey tail tinctures, lion's mane tinctures. Take them every morning, good for gut health and also mental focus.
Cheers
Cheers.
to recovery and a good life. Go to getumbo.com.
And use code SMOKE15 for 15% off.
Between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder why we're more worked up than ever. Coors Light celebrates the rising above and choosing the chill mindset.
Emotions run hot in the NBA. The key to success, though, is to choose chill and not get too worked up. There's no way you can win the game while you're thinking about the last one.
Here at All the Smoke, we have a combined 210 career technical fouls, so we probably could have chosen to chill a few times during our playing days. But now that we're out of the league, it's the only thing we do. And there's nothing pairs better with choosing to chill than a refreshing taste of Coors Light.
As we head toward the NBA Finals, we want to make sure that our listeners are grabbing every opportunity to choose chill and then reach for a cold, refreshing Coors Light just like we are. How cool is it that the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when they are as cold as the Rockies?
When you embrace the chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light.
Make the most of the times you choose chill. Choose Coors Light, straight from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You can get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/smoke. Celebrate responsibly. We're out here in Colorado at the Michael Love Mushroom Farm with NFL quarterback Jake Plummer and his team.
The snake.
I got here a little late. Forgive me, everybody. Blame it on the weed down my heart, but today's about mushrooms, actually. So, Jake, thank you for having us.
Of course,
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah.
Let's start this tour, man.
Yeah, thank you
Super
guys
excited, man.
for making your way out here to beautiful
Yeah.
Colorado.
I love it.
And yeah, let's go check it out. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jake Plummer here. Some people know me as the Snake from my playing days with the Arizona Cardinals and the Denver Broncos. I'm here today in Fort Lupton, Colorado at a little spot I helped get started with some dear friends of mine called Michael Love Farm, where we're growing some really amazing organisms in the world of fungi. And I'm here to just let people know that there's a option out there for holistic, natural healing if you're interested in that. And this is gonna be a fun day to let everybody know what I'm up to be able to share it to anybody out there listening. Let's do a little bit of cleanliness here if you guys don't mind.
Yep.
All right.
That boy brought the Supreme Ones out.
Yeah, I got 10 pair of these.
Our feet fit in the bucket.
Barely.
You guys got to step in the other way with them big
Sideways.
Motherfuckers,
14.
I'm leaving
NBA
here for the
feet.
cow to wear them in Colorado. You know?
Welcome inside to Michael Love here. This
So,
building.
Explain the name real quick. That's mushroom for what?
Yeah, myco stands for mushroom. It's Latin for mushroom.
for mushroom,
Yeah.
okay.
So mycology, study of mushrooms.
Okay.
We have mycoremediation, which is remediation through the use of mushrooms. So Michael Love was born just out of the fact that mushrooms are love for us. You know,
Absolutely.
Bringing love into the intention behind this is to help people feel better, to provide them with something from nature that can help them feel better.
Love it.
So yeah, I started coming out here and got the opportunity to learn how to grow from the original owner, and then got in way over my head. And that's when I met Shane. And then that's when I met Michael, and we got guys that had been in this, mycologists or amateur foragers that had been studying mycology and mushrooms. And then we decided to make it legit, start experimenting with finding the best way and most efficient way to grow mushrooms, and then to extract them in an industry that's growing rapidly. And there's talks between, fruiting body and mycelium. Which one is better? How do they work? We just wanted to focus on fruiting bodies and extracting them and making a really high, potent, efficacious product. So when we give it to you, we hope, you receive it and it helps.
We're looking forward to receiving it.
So it's funny because we started Umbo, which Umbo is the very tip top of a fruiting cap, the top of anything that protrudes out, like the boss on a shield. And so we started Umbo with my buddy Dale Jolly and Rashad Evans, former UFC Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And then this farm came into the picture of like, hey, do you want to learn how to grow mushrooms? Like, hell yeah, I want to learn how to grow mushrooms. So we came out here, Michael Love was born. And now it's really cool because we actually put Michael Love mushroom extract in some Umbo bottles.
Okay.
So it's really nice to know who's doing it.
Yeah.
And have a hand in sometimes out here mixing the substrate and picking the reishi or helping, inoculate some rye berries or kind of getting nerdy out here with mushrooms. It's super fun,
Experimenting.
man. Yeah.
So I jumped into the cannabis space. I mean, I've been a cannabis consumer since I was a young teenager. Got involved right when I was about to retire, around 2016, and obviously that was the kind of the green rush. And since then, it feels like mushrooms are kind of the next wave. I know a lot of people who are in the cannabis space formerly taking all their money and coming in to this space. So this is kind of what the new thriving, I know it's not new, but kind of new to culture, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think? Why do you think that is? Why is it hitting now? But we were speaking outside. You said this could be 34 million years old. Who really knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that was interesting was COVID. I think a lot of people got more health conscious and aware of what they're putting in their bodies, and I think a lot of what they call nutraceutical industry, which is more pharmaceuticals that come from nature, started being taken a little more seriously. I mean, if you consider some scary statistics around, if you take, what's interesting is I think it's the fourth leading cause of death. If you summed them up for this reason for death for the last 2 decades, it would equal the fourth leading cause of death. And this is taking prescription medications as prescribed by your physician.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So you're listening to a medical professional, and that's we're
trying to
harming
kill you.
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I think a lot of things are going on where people are going back to nature, and they want to find a more natural way to deal with their issues. I mean, we've gotten thousands of emails of anybody from 18 to 118, and it's sort of, if you put it into a theme, it's like, hey, Western medicine has failed me. I'm desperate. What can mushrooms do for me? And we're at a point where we don't know all the answers. There's an estimated, at this point, 10 million potential species of fungi on the planet.
Wow.
It's a big number. And we've named, the mycology industry or the mycology world has named maybe 150,000 species. And they're not all mushroom forming species. Some of these are ones that grow and permeate our environment that you'll never really experience. But I think, all of these things led to people trying to find, better ways of living their lives. Yeah.
You guys ready to show us around?
Yeah, so this is the sort of the main room. What's really cool about this facility is that it was actually constructed in 2017 specifically to grow mushrooms.
Okay.
So the entire thing it was built as a flow-through facility because you have to be super clean and sterile when you produce mushrooms, it turns out. And you want to make sure that you don't backtrack contamination or whatever. So this is sort of our dirtiest room, if you will. But as we go through, you'll kind of learn the different rooms and the flow of what we do. And I guess we can kind of start here. And a good example is, Michael Love really set out to be a vertically integrated mushroom company. So what that means is that we literally go out to the wild, and Michael here went out to California on a hike, and he found a lion's mane growing on a log. What's really cool is you can take this, and they're called, pluripotent, which means you can take any part of the organism and recreate it. So what we do here at the farm is we'll take a specimen from the wild, we'll take a little tissue sample, and we'll put it on something called a Petri dish. So this is just, we'll take a little piece of this, put it on the dish, and let it grow out. Once it grows out on this dish, we'll transfer it and turn it into a liquid. So we amplify this into 500 mils. And then we take a little bit of this and we'll inject it into a jar, about a 1 pound jar of rye grain. And then that jar of grain, what's really cool about fungi is, we consume our food and we digest it. Fungi sort of grow into their food and then digest it. So this started out as sterile rye berries, and then it grows through the entire thing and turns it into its body.
A house you can eat.
Yeah, and it gets, every stage that we're talking about, it gets a little bit stronger. So once it's through, this is sort of its teenage food, we'll transfer it and expand it into about a 10-pound bag of grain, and then that 10-pound bag of grain will be used to inoculate 240 pounds, and each shelf is about 240 pounds.
They will climb to the tallest tree. This will sprout out of their head, and then it drops spores on the forest floor from the heights of the.
So like the mushroom is controlling this
like
this
chicken.
ant to do this.
That tastes like chicken.
It almost had like a meaty. The texture is almost meaty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Like an oyster or something. It's good.
Yeah, there you go.
Better?
Or like a scallop.
Scallop,
that's
scallop.
that's
what it
this.
is.
Yeah.
Like a piece of halibut, even like a nice.
That's real good.
I would dance that up with some garlic.
Salt and
Yeah, it
pepper.
kind of takes on the flavor. What it
Chef,
is.
nice work, baby.
Yeah, I
Michael
can do
throwing
this.
it
Michael's got the chef skills,
And it's good for your brain.
Yeah.
And you know what?
and it's good for the environment because we're not eating
Animals, right?
which we all could eat a little less of them.
Jake just took us through the lab and broke down a lot of.
Ate some lion's mane.
Yeah. We're gonna actually.
Space Cheetos.
Jack wants to be the first one to drink some mushroom piss, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Give it to Mikey. He'll try it.
cheer him on. Now we're headed to the yurt to do some more talking and eating too, right?
Yeah, we'll have some good food prepared by lovely Jackie Jolly, Dale's wife, and
Nice.
yeah, we can go relax in the yurt.
Let's get to it. Special episode of All the Smoke coming to you from Colorado. Jake Plummer and his team have been kind enough to open up their lives really to us. We just came from the Myco Love Mushroom Farm.
Yep. And now we at the yurt. That's
The
what
yurt.
it's called. That's what it's called.
Yurt.
This
Now
is
we're
yurt,
here at the
baby.
yurt.
Yeah, that's where we at, baby.
Dale opened up the yurt for us, and it's been an interesting, just again, someone I've been a cannabis advocate since I was a teenager, and obviously to see the growth of the medicine and the acceptance of the medicine, and then obviously now this side of the mushroom, the growth of it. Obviously, it's been around for a long time, but I just think the growth and acceptance is higher than it's ever been, and this is somewhere you found a passion. And Jake, if you can talk to us where that passion came from and what has it been like for you on this journey?
First, thanks for coming out here to Colorado. It's awesome to host you guys. As a fan of the NBA, watching you guys play, watching some highlights, just recently, and like, dude, sometimes you didn't even hit the rim. It was just like net all day. Like
Sometimes he would see 3 rims and just shoot for the one in the middle.
Yeah. Hit one
but
of
it's
them
cool
shits.
to connect with you guys, with sports being a bridge. And where this began, I don't know. I really have always been a caring teammate. I had a close family that taught me how to take care of each other. So I've always wanted to provide for my guys. Like if I got something that's good, I'm going to share it. And my first kind of journey down to become public about the use of cannabis, most importantly or more significantly is CBD, came with Charlotte's Web when I got a chance to first take it and understand its benefits, to feel how it made me feel. It helped me feel a lot better. My headaches went away that I was having daily. I felt inflammation and some joints, being able to get back down on the floor again without the pain. And so I was like, man, there's something here. If this is illegal, this isn't right, because it's helping me. And then I learned about the young children with severe seizure disorders, that it's helping them.
Right.
And these mothers that are coming to Colorado because they can't do it in the state they're in without, fear of going to jail or prosecution. It's like, that's not right. Like, this is a human right. And so getting out and advocating about that, sending it to my teammates, to my loved ones, to let them benefit, and then to see the path that it's gone on has been amazing. Cannabis is a medicine, and it helps people, whatever way you use it, whether that's marijuana or CBD or both combined.
Right.
There is something there that people need to know about. So that's been the whole thing to open up, is to educate, to advocate. Mushrooms came around because I met a guy named Dale Jolly at Charlotte's Web. We became good friends, and he gave me some tinctures before the pandemic, and I started taking those, and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. I feel like even another level of freedom in my joints. My allergies were not as bad. I was not afraid of this virus going around, this like COVID going around getting everybody. I wasn't afraid. And so we started rapping about it and said, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. Let's make sure our product is very, very ethically sourced, potent, and works. Because Charlotte's Web kind of set the bar with CBD that way, and I didn't want to do it any other way. And that's really what's brought me to here. And now, from what I've benefited and been, grateful to have this opportunity to speak about it with you, with your audience, with anybody. That's kind of what I do. I share this because we need to know there's natural ways out there to help your body feel better, to help your mind function better, whether that's just being able to sleep a little better or have a little more energy during the day to feel a little more productive so you don't jump your shit at night when you're alone looking in the mirror saying, man, I ain't getting shit done. Well, maybe you can get a little more productivity with a little more focus, a little more clarity. And this is just a chance to do that. So it's been a beautiful, beautiful journey, but we're just getting started, man. That's the exciting part. It's just barely even starting.
Take us on the journey of a 10-year NFL quarterback. Obviously, one of the most brutal sports out there. And obviously, we see you guys perform every Sunday and make magic happen, but we don't get to see once you go home, once you're outside the locker room, and what that day-to-day is like, and how someone such as yourself, a quarterback who gets hit a lot of times back before they were really protecting quarterbacks, how did you manage pain? What did you have vices? How did you manage the off-the-field issues, not only physically but mentally?
For me, I was so in it. It was actually fun to get beat up on a game day and then 2 days later be almost back to feeling 100%, even though I would, wasn't 100%, but to feel my body healing was good to know that I could do that. There was definitely a lot of brutal injuries that I fought through. Probably should have taken some breaks, but I just didn't want to leave the field. I wanted to play. And if I left the field and gave the door open to someone else to take it, it was like, no, I want that. I want to keep doing this and pursuing my childhood dream to win a Super Bowl. The beatings were real, and the stress along with that, not just the physical part of the game, but also the expectations heaped on really the face of a franchise, the number 2 in any of these billion-dollar organizations, because they'll fire a coach and they'll keep me around. So you're a very important part of that. But managing that was also, it was a challenge. But I had good people around me. I had a real strong family, good friends that would pull me back down when I was getting a little too up, feeling like I was bigger than I really was. But post-career, they don't prep you for it. They'll offer seminars, they'll offer conferences to talk about business or media boot camp and all this stuff, but they really don't prepare you for what really is out there. And I didn't plan for any of that. I was full 100% balling when I was playing ball. The last thing I wanted to think about was when I retire, I think I'm going to try and get into this. Like, no, I just wanted to win a Super Bowl, so I was solely focused on that. Therefore, when I got out, I had to kind of learn how to manage my time, manage what I did with my body. How do I go get treatment now? I can't just go to the training room and get everybody to put needles in me, to massage me, to sit in a hot tub, do all this stuff. You got to take it all on yourself. So it's been a journey. It definitely was, there were some ups and downs. And then as we find out with the TBI and the concussions and the severity of that, and then, real shock for me was when Junior Seau took his life. That was really like the moment I thought, what the fuck did I do this for? What the hell is this something I got to look at? And that's right about when cannabis was legalized here. I moved back to Colorado, and that's about right when Charlotte's Web came into the picture through a teammate, Nate Jackson, and a guy working for them named Ryan Kingsbury.
When just the day-to-day, obviously, we played long careers in the NBA, and to me, it doesn't pale to what you guys went through, but we were beat up, and in pain, and, these doctors will prescribe us anything, not telling us that it's, temporarily masking one thing and causing long-term effects. Or, I know something that was very common in the NFL was Toradol. Yeah. And, I actually took some of that while I was in the league, and it was unbelievable.
Good, didn't it?
I was never really someone that took the painkillers. We both risked our entire career, because now obviously cannabis is legal, but I was always someone that would smoke cannabis after games. Only time I really missed games when I was suspended. You know what I mean? Like you said, I wanted to be out there. So, during your journey of again, having to be there every single Sunday, leave that door open, you could lose your job. What were some of the ways you were able to manage the pain along this journey?
One was just taking really good care of my body. Being lucky to come across some really good healers, some PTs. A guy named Brett Fisher in Arizona that was really, he just got to know me inside and out. Like, he knew what I needed. I'd go see him multiple times during the week. I stayed away from the pain medicine too. I took a lot of anti-inflammatories, and that's towards the tail end of my career, that was one of the reasons why I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't take these. They're pulling one, some version off the shelf because it's the elderly are dying from it, yet I'm popping 2 a day. And it's like, wait, this doesn't sit well with me. And my mom always warned me, and told me, be real cognizant of what you put in your body. And towards the tail end of my career, I started smoking after games and using it as a way to release. Like, I played in Arizona for 6 years, an organization that's had some success. And then I came here to the Denver Broncos, an organization that is success. And all of a sudden it was like, I was fine with that. Like, what are you going to do, John Elway, this, that? I'm like, I'm not John. I'm here to ball out. Let's go have some fun. Let's go play. If I can win a Super Bowl, great. But the pressure came from like the expectation and the drive to be the best, to be perfect. It started to weigh me down. And post game, my family would be around, rather than worried about not playing the best I could. Go down and have a little smoke with the fam, and I would actually feel it. It was like, and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch this film tomorrow. I'm not gonna relive it tonight. I get to see my family for 4 hours before I go to bed. I'm gonna drop in and see my family, and it was really good for me. But it also got me thinking too. Became real aware of what I was doing. How long do I want to do this? Because I never set out to do it a long time. I remember seeing John Elway my second year in the league, and I watched him walk out of a bar and up some stairs, and I was like, whoa. That's what 16 years gets you? Like I am not going to limp out of this game. I'm going to run away from it, and that's what I did. I was able to pull that off. So I used a lot of natural medicine, a lot of massage, acupuncture. My mom, like I said, she was into holistic medicine and would give me garlic and honey for a cold, like she was in it. Her mom was in it. A lot of herbs, a lot of tea, certain things that aren't what you're going to get with modern medicine. So I took pretty good care of my body, but it was a lot of work.
Second year with the Cardinals, you guys make the playoffs. First time in a long time. Talk to us about that team and that experience and what it meant for that city.
Yeah, that was fun because I played at A-State, and we had a hell of a run in '96 to the Rose Bowl, damn near made it to the national champ, or basically we're playing for the national championship. We lost that game. Then I get drafted to Arizona. It was like the last place I wanted to really be. I was like, get me out of here. I wasn't ready to go somewhere else. But then it ended up being such a blessing to just move down the street, and I had all my support cast around me. I could still go to ASU. I knew where all the good restaurants were. I had people that were already fans. I'd go out, couldn't get a meal in college. I'm now pro and I got money. Now I'm getting free meals everywhere and everything given to me. And it was a lot of fun. And I was able to get in and start right away my rookie year, which was also awesome. I didn't really want to, like I said, I didn't plan to play 13, 14, 15 years. I just wanted to get a Super Bowl ring and then be done. And we put it together in '98. We had a lot of really, really awesome football players on the team. Jameer Miller, Larry Sinners, Lomas Brown, Ronnie McKinnon, Kwame Laster. I mean, we had a lot of good players. We gelled together. We won 4 straight. To end that season, I re-signed my rookie contract for what was the biggest contract in the league at the time. Wow. And I'm like, on my birthday, they're renegotiating the contract, and it's a Friday night. That's my night. I got to get sleep. My agent kept calling me. I'm like, yo, I got to get some sleep. Stop calling me. We got him at $9 million. I'm like, what? Good. Where do we sign? Right. Calls me at like 11:30. We got him to $15 million. I'm like, damn. 15 million what? Like, that's the signing bonus? Like, holy
And this
shit.
is what year is this? This is late
98, my second year in the league. And so I'm like, oh, it's about to get real now, you know? And so we ended up making the playoffs that year. Then we kind of tanked, had some let go of a lot of really good players. Management made a few bad decisions. I pressed through some injuries I should have taken time and kind of struggled for a few years. So while it sucked and it wasn't fun losing, it was also really good learning to understand like who I was. Like, I still came to the facility to put in the work. I still worked my ass off in the off season. I still went at every practice. I watched all the film, and I knew who the guys were doing that with me. Yet we just couldn't quite put that together in Arizona. And I still, you know, grateful for the Bid Whales to give me that opportunity. You know, my standing down in the valley is pretty good. You know, I go down there and people take good care of me. So
yeah.
I don't regret any of it. But it was hard to lose 13 games in a season.
Oof.
And take every snap. I took every single snap that year.
That's a lot.
And that's hard. When you're throwing balls, when you're down by 21, you're going to throw some interceptions. So I threw a lot of picks when I was trying to just make a play that I shouldn't have, but that's okay. I was fighting.
Where'd your speed and ability, your running ability come from?
Speed? Thank you for that. That's really nice of you. Mostly fear.
Running for your life?
Don't make anybody run fast.
Yeah, man. There's like speed when you're running on a 40-yard dash, and then there's game speed. And so I remember one time LeVar Arrington. I mean, LeVar's big ass. I mean, he came out close to when I was. We played against each other a lot. His 40 time was like, I think he ran in the low 4.6s, maybe 4.5. Mine at the combine was 4.7. Yet one time he's chasing me, and he did not catch me. And that is fear.
Running for your life.
That is me saying, no, I don't want to get hit. You know, growing up, I was the youngest of two older brothers, so I learned real quick how to dodge stuff. Like, they would throw stuff at me or come after me because I wasn't doing what they wanted. So I got nifty and shifty and able to move, and was always active. You know, I never sat around riding my bike, jumping on the trampoline, climbing trees, throwing rocks at anything that I wanted. Like, I mean, I grew up just active. And as far as like quickness and all that, my dad was a really good athlete. So was my mom. Although they didn't play a lot of sports in an organized way, but my dad was a state champ in Idaho at handball for a couple years and in Washington State. So like, my dad was athletic and he was fast. My brothers are both very fast, very good athletes. So, man, if it wasn't ping pong, we were playing hacky sack, we were playing tennis,
competitive.
We were just playing dodgeball, whatever it was. We were always doing stuff. So I never went and trained for quarterbacking. I mean, we were just playing ball all the time. And my quickness and all the shiftiness and all that, like I said, is just like probably honed that on the playgrounds at Pierce Park Elementary School playing tackle 500, man.
There you go.
Not let them catch me.
05 AFC Championship versus Steelers. Opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. You said earlier, you know, you played this game to win a Super Bowl. Talk to us about that run and then that experience versus Steelers.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. That season we had, I mean, to play for an organization like the Broncos, who they're in it every year. When I got here, the conversation of a Super Bowl was actually legit. And, you know, making the playoffs, getting there with that opportunity. You know, the first year we made it, got beat by Peyton and the Colts. The next year, same thing. Then that third year, it all came together. We had a team. There's already a few Hall of Famers off that team that I was playing with. It was tough. It was really tough to lose at home to the Steelers when I was right there. AFC Championship week, when it happens, there's always this little feeling of like, there's that little teeny bit of like, did I leave too soon? Should I have tried to go one more or two more to try to get it? But then I'm like, no, I'm good. I got to there. That's pretty sweet for a kid from Boise, Idaho. That was 170 pounds when I got to ASU. Yeah, I did all right. So it was fun. I made a lot of, you know, great memories. And my standing here in Denver, you know, John Elway told me when I got here, if you play hard and you go out there every day and you grind and you do it, during it might not be pretty sometimes, but when you're done and you're afterwards, they're going to love you forever. And he was not lying, man. The fans here treat me so well, and it's a great city to have played in. Now I live in the area, so very blessed to be here in Colorado.
Jerry Jones denied a link between CTE and football. You push back on that. Just thoughts. I mean, obviously now it's more talked about. You mentioned Junior Seau and how he took his life, and we're seeing day by day from the movie Concussion that Will Smith did, and it's just more talked about now. Was it something that was talked about while you were playing, or was this more post-career in CTE?
Yeah, this was post-career because I can remember times, guys.
Jerry been tripping. I'm a Cowboy fan. Jerry been tripping, man.
You know, I've said some choice words about Jerry, and I don't take anything back that I say. You know, my mom would say maybe you could have worded it differently. But a guy with that much influence and that much money to say that just seems to me like whether CTE is most people that may think that are worried about getting it probably don't even know how to say what those CTE stands for, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. It's this thing a doctor made up to describe what happens to your brain when you get either concussed or subconcussive blows over and over and over. It's not good for your brain to get smashed like that. My thought on it is like, I can't say that I don't believe in it because that would really fire people up because it's legit. Like there's guys, they analyze their brains and there's parts that are gone, that have disappeared, they're dead. And that's CTE. It's from trauma. Me, on the other hand, and what I am now feeling I'm called to, and so blessed to have followed this path, had friends like Dell and met others like Rashad Evans that have been in a brutal sport too, that have benefited, who's a partner of ours. It's like, here's a chance to maybe find something to give these guys hope rather than, oh man, you better get your concussion settlement, get total and permanent because look what we got to deal with. And it's no doubt our bodies are put through more stress than the common person, but there's a lot of humans that are active that have had concussions and put their body, if they're a construction worker, through a lot of damage too. So with athletes, we join together, we do the right things, we do some studies. We're actually putting together a study right now with former players to test functional mushrooms and peptides and see if we can reverse cognitive decline and physical dysfunction. We got to get data back before anybody listens. So if we get the right data back and we show we can maybe improve some of these guys' cognitive abilities or things they're worried about, because sometimes I don't remember where I put my wallet. Does that mean I got CTE or dementia? No, it's what happens. We're not supposed to be perfect all the time, but if you're in that mode and you're thinking, oh shit, I had 20 concussions and I don't remember right now where I'm supposed to go, oh no. And that can be a snowball that just goes downhill fast. So I want to give these guys hope. Give them hope that this is nature. And if I can bring this to you, man, here it is. Take it. I don't want anything for this. I just want you to feel better and have hope that we can live a better life, feel better, think clearer, and maybe reverse this narrative that we're told, that we're given and not really given much of an answer for through the powers that be. You know, Jerry Jones, maybe one of those guys, to like make a difference. Let's research this. You got money, let's put it down. Let's put it down and study this with the clinical trials that we need to prove to the rest of America that this is a legitimate way to help people thrive and have health and wellness. That's what I'm here to do.
Where can I fill out an application to be one of your lab rats? I will try everything, and y'all can use me, and I want to sign up.
Let's do it, man.
I mean, sign me up.
We will get. This is how we get there. Is like I'm doing the study now. We get the right numbers. Now we take it out and we get the funding. We get the people. And if UMBO does well, that's really what we're doing. We're a cause-driven company. What we want to do is take nature and profiteer from it. But we're talking about it with the PH profiteer. We're going to get out and speak about this so people know. And we're not afraid to speak the truth of how it's helped us. And if you want to come into that, that would be awesome.
Awesome.
Because I mean, if I can help you feel better,
yep.
What better thing than my life can I do? That's a gift. Because I used to do it by just smiling and signing an autograph.
Right.
I'd make a little kid go over the moon. Now I can possibly help somebody get off the couch, have a little less pain, maybe think a little clearer, be all right with like aging gracefully. Think about longevity and vitality as the same thing together. Like let's picture that future.
I mean, I just think in closing, getting a chance to obviously be a fan of him far from you because I didn't know you, talking to your partner Dale, and then what was your buddy's name at the knew everything, the guru?
Shane.
Shane.
The wizard.
The wizard.
I just love obviously the passion you guys speak with and the willingness and wanting to help. It's not to make a profit. It's to live longer. Dale's was out there talking to me before we came. My goal is to have people living 120, 150 years from this kind of stuff. And I just think that's so dope, especially in today's day and age, because everything is about the bottom line. And you guys are doing it for a different reason. And that's why, I wish you guys the best with this, because you guys are genuinely out here trying to help people. And that's from kids to our grandparents. And just really want to commend you guys for your work. And
thank you. Yeah.
Along with Jack, I definitely want to test some things out for you guys to see if we can help get to that ultimate goal.
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you. Like I said, that having an audience like you're providing to share this story, I mean, that's really what it's about. We're doing what we're doing, but the more people hear this, and not everybody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's willing to listen.
But they will. Once
when
it's
they hear it,
I always say once it's a conversation, once it starts being a real conversation, I think that's when things start to move. Now that it's a conversation. So this is your closing. Go ahead.
One more thing, Jack, over at the farm, you spoke about, you talked about the black and brown communities be affected by sicknesses in their environments, whether that be like the Detroit situation with water. Just for people, in the black and brown communities who are still maybe apprehensive about mushrooms, can you talk about how, what we discussed over on the farm, how it might help some of the communities who are being sickened by just the environments they're in from either big companies or industry?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of chemical runoff and toxins that are left over in a lot of these big cities, and it's not usually where white people are living. It's people of color, and they're having a lot of sickness and maladies from these toxins that have been dumped into the soil. And there's ways to get rid of it. Scoop it out, take it somewhere else, but that uncovers a lot of dust and a lot of it's putting it out in the air, and this is mycoremediation. So we've spent a lot of time talking about mushrooms for physical and mental health, where we haven't even scratched the surface on a lot of people doing the work for mycoremediation, for cleaning up the water with the use of mycelium or mushrooms like the oyster mushroom that is already shown and been gone through trials where it is removing toxins and PCBs and diesel from the earth. It's biotransmuting it back into its body and cleaning up our soils. And so these places where people are subjected to live because they are low on the economic scale and they're sick and no one's coming up with any answers, that's a lot of these, I like to just say, I guess they're just fellow mushrooms out there trying to make a difference. And they're making materials, leather out of mushrooms. I'm still wanting to make a football out of some mushroom leather and see if we can get that on the field on Sunday, or somehow let them know there is a way to treat not just humans but all living things with a little more reverence. And we're just scratching the surface, man. That's the exciting part, is we're just barely stepping into this as a Western society. And if whoever's listening, thank you for listening, because this is the future, I think, of some health and wellness, not only for us, but for the grandmother earth that we live on.
I want to stay in touch with you and the wizard too, because he gave me some. He educated me on some stuff that'll help my daughter with her lupus and stuff like that. So I want to stay in touch and get some stuff to her.
Yes, for sure,
Appreciate
man.
it.
And that's
what
I
it's
said,
about.
just commend you guys for having your antennas out.
Yes,
and
sir.
paying attention, because this is something people need to read about and hear about. And I'm glad to be able to channel. I'm just channeling it from a higher source right now. Mushrooms have been around forever. This is nothing new, but it is in our culture.
Right.
So thank you guys for coming out here to spend the time with this awesome crew. And I think we're going to eat some lion's mane.
I can't wait.
Tacos that were some lion's mane from the farm.
Well, there we go.
Oh, let's do it.
Well, Jake, thank you. Dale, thank you, and the rest of the team for having us out here. Definitely looking forward to continuing to follow your guys' journey, learn some, and also, medicate as well. So, man, that's a wrap. Jake Plummer, All the Smoke. You can catch this on, where are we at? DraftKings, YouTube, and All the Smoke Productions.
At the Yurt.
YouTube. At the Yurt.
Peace, love, and mushrooms.
There we go.
Mushrooms.